Okay, James, thank you very much. This is Wildcats basketball as the Wildcats take on the Pine Tree Pirates tonight in an area-round playoff game from Van High School. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Thanks to J. Hodge Chevrolet for providing us with a beautiful white Tahoe to make the trip to Van Zant County this evening for the game. Wildcats come into this game 21-12. They went 6-4 in district play. Tony, I don't see much daylight between these two teams just on the surface. Pine Tree has an identical record of 21-12. They were 10-4 in their district. They have a couple of common opponents that I have found. The Wildcats beat Canton 63-43 early in pre-district play. Van beat Canton 57-52. The Wildcats beat Van 52-45 in pre-district. Pine Tree beat Van 44-29. Yep. So there's just, on the surface, these two teams seem to be very evenly matched.
That's what you were saying on the drive down here, and I believe it. I mean, looking at them, no decided height advantage or anything, and I think we're going to have maybe a good 32-minute game.
The winner of this game has a tough assignment. Whoever wins in the other part of the bracket, they will play the winner of the Kimball Frisco Panther Creek game. Kimball is number 1, ranked number 1 in the state 4A basketball. Panther Creek is number 13.
And I promise you, Panther Creek hadn't got a prayer. I don't care, 13. Kimball can play.
Oh, right. That's right.
Kimball can play.
Yeah,
Kimball always can. They're mad if they don't take the trophy home every year. They pretty well get to the title game, but if they don't take the trophy home, they're mad. So they've got quite a program.
Wildcats beat Community 53-41 in the by-district game. Pine Tree beat Athens 55-48. I think Athens was really expected to win that game. Athens had a 23-9 record and went 12-0 in the district. But Pine Tree won, and won fairly handily, 55-48. So we are about to have either player introductions or the national anthem. We'll find out here in just a moment. This is a beautiful facility here at Van High School. I'm very impressed with this facility. And here's our national anthem from Van High School. Our national anthem from Van High School. The Wildcats getting ready to play the Longview Pine Tree Pirates in this area round playoff game, and we're about to have player introductions. And Pine Tree being introduced first. And we do have their starting lineup provided for us in advance. Brandon Smith, a 6'1 senior. Trevion Nafrady, a 5'10 senior. This is a senior-laden ball club, much like the Wildcats. Jaden Williams, a 6'3 senior. Jordan Taylor, a 5'8 senior. And Trent Fowler, a 6'2 junior. So they will start 4 seniors tonight. And 3 of their 5 starters are over 6 feet. Jaden Williams also there at 6'3", and Trent Fowler at 6'2". Wildcats are the home team, and we expect Carter Arrington, 6-foot senior, will start. Carter being introduced to the crowd right now. Gio Ibarra, also a senior, will start for Sulphur Springs. Mac Rollison, a 6-foot senior point guard, will start. Corbin Argenbright, the only junior, will start at forward. And Luke Womack, the post or power forward, a senior, will start for Sulphur Springs. So we are just about ready to go here from Pine Tree, or from Van, and playing Pine Tree. Their colors are navy blue and gold. You'd think they'd be dark green with the name Pine Tree, but navy blue and gold. Sulphur Springs, of course, royal blue and gold. The Wildcats as the home team, wearing the white home uniforms with gold numerals, the block Sulphur Springs on the front, and Pine Tree in the navy blue with Pine Tree in block letters, gold numerals outlined in white. We have our best location for a broadcast this year, Tony. It's sitting at
great
center court on the floor, and the Wildcats control the tap. Luke Womack wins that jump against Jordan Taylor. There's a bounce pass to Argenbright. Beautiful pass there by Mac Rollison, and Corbin Argenbright breaking in on the backdoor cut.
That's the way to start it. That was perfect.
Scores off the glass, 2-0 Sulphur Springs. Pine Tree on offense for the first time, moving left to right. Here's a three-point attempt, and it is good.
Number 0.
Brandon Smith knocks down a 3, and Pine Tree takes a 3-2 lead. The Pine Tree fans are behind us, and I would say they outnumber the Sulphur Spring fans.
Yeah, right now they're ahead of us.
Carter Arrington across the timeline to Gio Ibarra. Argenbright kicks it back outside for Gio Ibarra, in and out. And the rebound for Pine Tree to Trent Fowler, and here come the Pirates up the floor, leading 3-2.
We're not doing our pressing right now, right off the bat. Pine Tree was offering some token pressure in the backcourt.
2-3 zone for Sulphur Springs. They keep it outside. Here's another 3. That one rattles off, and we have a foul called on the rebound attempt.
Stay in there, because it's going to be against the Cats. Number 12. That's going to be on Mac. His first. Let's see if that blinks up there on the board.
Mac Rollison with the foul. Inbounds play for Pine Tree on the baseline to the right of the Pirate basket. And they get it in for a shot from about 12 feet out that goes off to the far side, rebounded by Argenbright for Sulphur Springs. Arrington stumbles, goes to the floor.
Tie ball, that's going to go to Pine Tree. He just kind of got tripped by one of the lines.
Argenbright went down, or not Argenbright, but Arrington went down and then was tied up. And the ball goes back to Pine Tree with the Pirates leading 3-2 in the front court. Pass down to the baseline now. Underneath they go, and there's a basket off the glass. Trent Fowler, and they go up 5-2 over the Wildcats. Mac Rollison closely guarded here by Jordan Taylor, and there's a foul called.
Number 11, Taylor, the first there. I can't say anything about the officiating crew tonight. This is my old Commerce chapter, and it's 3 of my friends. So, but it's as good as Commerce has to offer, so I expect it to be called well. Still doesn't mean I'm going to agree with all of them.
Carter Arrington gets it into Mac Rollison, the inbounds play over on the far side. That's Luke Womack up high. Back to Rollison, backdoor cut to Womack, and he can't get the finger roll to go. And there's a foul on the rebound.
That one's going to be on Womack, I'm sure. Second team, first on Womack. Yeah, they're putting them on the board over there, so we'll be able to see them.
Inbounds play on the backboard, or inbounds play in the backcourt from the baseline. Here's a three-pointer for the Pirates, and it's off the mark and rebounded by Womack for Sulphur Springs.
Good block out by Womack.
Gio Ibarra on the dribble.
Backcourt, there wasn't a tip.
They knocked it away, and officials ruling a backcourt violation against the Wildcats. And we have a timeout for Sulphur Springs with Pine Tree leading 5-2. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, the University Interscholastic League, and thanks to J. Hyde Chevrolet for providing the white Tahoe in which we came to the game this evening. 5-2, Pine Tree on top. And here's a takeaway for Sulphur Springs.
Steal by Gio. He looked like he was in the defensive backfield.
Gio Ibarra, Wildcat football defensive back. Now it's Luke Womack with a nice move to the inside and gets it to go off the window.
That was strong. He stayed with it. Evans on number 3.
Basket at the other end. Trevion Nafrady for Pine Tree. It's a 7-4 Pine Tree lead. Mac Rollison on the dribble for Sulphur Springs. To the baseline, back outside, a bounce pass to Carter Arrington. Arrington with a move, a spin, trying to make a feed down low to Womack, but it's out of bounds, but it'll be off the hands of one of the Pine Tree defenders, and the Wildcats will inbound over on the far side.
That was a very unselfish play, and it was the right play. Pine Tree just happened to get a hand in there and tip it. It was going to be a layup.
Rollison gets into Arrington. Now to Gio Ibarra. Ibarra with the left-hand dribble, trying to go to Womack, but he throws it away. Here comes Pine Tree back down the floor. Reverse layup. Off the glass, no good.
There we go, coming Sulphur Springs way. That's a good job of not fouling. That doesn't happen very often down there, and we also got the call coming out.
Full court pressure now for Pine Tree. The inbounds play on the baseline in the backcourt for Sulphur Springs. Arrington gets it into Rollison. Rollison into the paint, nice move, puts it up from 12, won't go. Tipped out and picked up by Argenbright, wide open. Mac Rollison with a nice pass from Carter Arrington. Rollison banks it off the glass for the bucket.
We're looking good. Everybody's playing very unselfish and looking for the open man, and so far we can find one.
7-6, Pine Tree, jumper, no good, rebounded by Argenbright.
Pine Tree's falling out of their zone press on the back court now. Sorry about that.
Argenbright tied for the lead and rebounds on the team, and the Wildcats lose it down low. There, Carter Arrington on the baseline. Lost it, and it goes back to Pine Tree.
I think that's the whole key to this ball game is turnovers on offense.
7-6, Pine Tree with the lead. Pirates working in the front court. Here's a shot from three-point territory. Off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound by Pine Tree. Back outside they go. Here's the three-pointer. In and out off the glass, and the rebound, Womack. But he lost it out of bounds. However, it's off the hands of one of the Pine Tree defenders, and the Wildcats getting the ball back.
They're going to let them play, and I think that's kind of against my will, but they're even. Letting them get in there.
Full court pressure, and Arrington throws it away. I think he thought Mac Rollison was going to go right, but he went left.
Yep, that's one of those mental errors that we just can't stand, especially now. Pine Tree gets it under their goal. 3:36 left in the first, 7-6 Cats.
Inbounds play on the baseline. They get a three-point shot from the far side, but it's an air ball, and Luke Womack takes the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Ahead to Gio Ibarra in the corner on the near side. Wildcats in the front court, trailing 7-6. Carter Arrington. Now to Ibarra. And now Argenbright has a shot blocked. Would have been a three-pointer. Tipped out of bounds, and it's off of one of the Wildcats.
Yep, he didn't have enough space on that one. He got it back and then tried to make the throw, and Arrington wasn't where he could catch it.
3:10 to go first quarter. Pine Tree on top 7-6. Wildcats drop back in that 2-3 zone. They go baseline low on the near side, back outside. Far side for a three-pointer, in and out. Rebound, Luke Womack, who's been very active on the board so far for Sulphur Springs.
If they think they can live on the three-pointer, I'll let them live there.
Mac Rollison pulls up for a three, and too hard off the back iron. Womack crashing for the rebound off his hands, out of bounds.
Stays here. Good job. Womack's very active, and he's now getting subbed out for Braylon Savage. So.
I thought it was off of Luke's hands, but going to go to Sulphur Springs on the baseline.
Yeah, they tipped it, and the way they tipped it, I think it's a good call.
It's a backdoor cut for Rollison. Now Rollison trying to go back to Argenbright, and the Wildcats give it up on the pass out of bounds.
Just got to settle down a little bit. We're getting some where we can get some passes, but we may every once in a while we're trying to pass it once too many.
James Johnson in the ball game for Sulphur Springs, along with Brylan Savage.
He's got the headband that you were talking about, trying to distinguish.
Pine Tree working in the front court. And here's a pass over the baseline. It's going to go back to Sulphur Springs.
We got by with one there. Savage went over the back.
Yeah.
So we got by with one.
I thought so too. Full court pressure for Pine Tree in the backcourt. Wildcats having some trouble with it. They get it into Rollison. Pine Tree fans wanted him called for traveling. Now he does give it up. And here comes Pine Tree the other way. And there's a missed layup on the
great block by Savage. And the foul here.
James Johnson got the rebound for Sulphur Springs, and we have a foul called as they come.
It's going to be on 21 for Pine Tree, Montgomery. But he's not in the game. Let's see. It's Wildcats ball. Yeah, they just put him in there. Okay. So that's his first, team second. Both of them have two.
Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs right in front of us here at midcourt. Maddox Cameron got it in to Carter Arrington. Wildcats down 7-6. Arrington creating, driving with a shot, won't fall. Rebound by James Johnson, I believe, back up with the missed shot.
Jump ball.
Loose ball on the floor, and we have a tie ball.
Sulphur Springs.
Arrow pointing at the Wildcats.
There's a lot of hustle by both teams. This is going to be a big, aggressive ball game all night long. There's a lot of action.
James Johnson will inbound on the baseline to the right of the basket for Sulphur Springs.
Got to get it low.
Trying to go inside to Brylan Savage, knocked away, picked up by Pine Tree, leading 7-6 with 1:35 to go in the first period.
Stepped on the sideline. Going to be the Wildcats ball again. Our good defensive pressure is really hindering Pine Tree at the moment, but they're doing the same thing back with us.
Inbounds play goes to James Johnson, left-hand dribble across the midcourt line. Driving to the left side of the lane, pulls up, and misses the jumper from 12 feet. Rebound to Pine Tree. 7-6, the Pirates lead. 1:18 to go, first period. Pine Tree into the front court. Over on the near side. Into the corner. Back outside they go. Down low on the post. On the far side. And here's a steal attempted by Maddox Cameron for Sulphur Springs.
Good action by the Wildcat defense, which is no surprise. For the last 2 or 3 ball games, relentless on defense, and we do it for the full 32.
The ball off the hands of Maddox Cameron, and they inbound it over on the far side.
1 minute.
Pine Tree moving left to right. Wildcats in their 2-3 zone. Keep it outside. Here's a three-point attempt, in and out. And batted around and on the baseline, and it'll stay with Pine Tree.
Yep, still good action.
Carter Arrington came up with the ball, but the official said that it was off of the Wildcats before Arrington was able to get his hands on it.
Perez and Cameron come out, 48 seconds left, trying to get them a blow.
Inbounds play on the baseline to the left in the basket for Pine Tree. Here's a three-pointer, and it's on the money.
I don't think we want to leave Mr. Smith alone like that. He's 2 for 2 on the threes.
Brandon Smith, the three-pointer, 10-6, Pine Tree.
Offensive foul on Johnson.
James Johnson of the Wildcats coming up the floor, called for charging.
Everybody's bodying up, but I guarantee you, these officials will be watching for the offense. 33 seconds.
That's 3 fouls in the quarter.
Yes, sir.
But only 30 seconds left to go.
Yep.
10-6, Pine Tree. Their fans making a lot of noise behind us, Tony.
It's going to get worse, too. There's the goal.
Hey, take away by James Johnson for Sulphur Springs on a skip pass. And Johnson going to Carter Arrington. Arrington driving into the paint.
Nice.
The banker off the glass is good. On the runner, Carter Arrington, his first bucket. 10-8. Pine Tree on top. Here's the three-pointer that's off. Offensive rebound for Pine Tree. Another three-pointer is off the rim at the buzzer. We go to the second quarter with Pine Tree leading Sulphur Springs 10-8. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, the University Interscholastic League. Thanks to J. Hyde Chevrolet for the White Tahoe tonight. Inbounds play for Pine Tree right in front of us. To start the second quarter, they're moving left to right and leading 10-8. Skip pass from right to left. And they go to the high post, and it's taken away by James Johnson, knocked free, and now Gio Ibarra's got it. Into the front court go the Wildcats, down by 2. Ibarra goes to Mac Rollison. Looks like a man-to-man defense here for Pine Tree.
And it's tight, too.
Rollison to Gio Ibarra, cutting to the inside. Ibarra can't get the runner to go. Batted around, and James Johnson with the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Ibarra driving, dishes to Arrington. Jumper from 14 feet. Off the baseline, down across the baseline and goes back to Pine Tree.
I think we've got Cameron in number 4 that we've been saying Johnson. Johnson's 5. Cameron's in there as number 4.
Pine Tree in the front court. Here's a three-point attempt, and it hits the back iron and rebounded by Gio Ibarra to Rollison. Rollison to the baseline and pulls up. Turnaround jumper, misses from about 16 feet. And over the baseline goes back to Pine Tree.
The Wildcats doing a really good job on defensive board, limiting Pine Tree to one shot on most occasions.
10-8, Pine Tree with the 2-point lead. Just under 7 minutes to go in the half. Here's a jumper from the free throw line, too hard and off the mark, and rebounded for Sulphur Springs. And a pass down the floor taken away by Pine Tree. Back into the front court they go, leading 10-8.
There's some athletes on the floor, and a pass like that's not going to make it through.
2-3 zone for Sulphur Springs, and we have a foul called on the Wildcats.
I think that'll go against Cameron. Number 4, Cameron. That's first personal, first of the second quarter.
Maddox Cameron with the foul for Sulphur Springs.
This is fun watching this defense.
Not a shooting foul, of course, and Pine Tree inbounds on the baseline to the right of the basket. Here's a shot from 16 feet, no good. Offensive rebound taken by Pine Tree. Another missed shot. There's another offensive rebound, and this time going up for the banker off the right side of the glass is Jordan Taylor.
That's one time we couldn't get that defensive rebound.
Pine Tree with a 4-point lead. That's their biggest lead of the night. Wildcats on offense, and there's a great pass from Mac Rollison to Corbin Argenbright, and Argenbright wide open for the banker off the glass.
That's about the third weak side we've had that's opened up real good. So good action by the Cats.
12-10, and now is the jumper from the left side baseline for Pine Tree. That's good. Did you say 12?
12 is who I got.
Joshua Fuller.
Yep.
14-10, Pine Tree leads. Wildcats in the front court. Here is Maddox Cameron with the jumper from 16 feet on the right side of the elbow.
I don't think he called it, but we're putting 2 points down.
14-12. Pine Tree up by 2. Wildcat 2-3 zone defense. Effective right now. There's a drive on the baseline. He kicks it back outside. And this is, once again, Joshua Fuller, who scores from about 16 feet.
Yep.
Left side of the circle.
That's a tough shot. He just kind of laid it in there.
16-14, Pine Tree. Gio Ibarra with a runner, won't go. Now it's Maddox Cameron, left side, loose ball on the floor, picked up by Pine Tree. Fast break. And a wild shot, but he makes it go.
I think we found their player.
Brandon Smith with a looping shot, a runner on the right side of the lane, and somehow he got it to go off the glass and into the net.
He's got the look.
18-12. It's a 6-point lead for Pine Tree, and Wildcats give it up in the front court. Here come the Pirates on the fast break. Gio Ibarra got back and perhaps prevented the layup there. Driving the baseline. Inside they go, and a little teardrop won't fall for Pine Tree. Rebound Sulphur Springs.
Full timeout for the Wildcats at 4:01 of the second.
18-12, a 6-point Pine Tree lead. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. We're in the second quarter from Van, this area round playoff game, and Pine Tree leading Sulphur Springs 18-12, and that is their biggest lead.
We've only got one team foul on the Wildcats in the second quarter, and we're halfway. That's a keynote for these officials. They're going to let you play. It's going to need to be an advantage situation.
Full court pressure for Pine Tree as the Wildcats inbound on the baseline in the backcourt. Now, James Johnson double teamed and does a nice job of getting it across the midcourt line. Still on the dribble, James Johnson kicks it out to Argenbright over on the far side. Now Carter Arrington making a move into the paint, tries to dish to Luke Womack.
21.
Have a foul on Pine Tree. Dalen Montgomery.
His second, team's first, and he's coming out for a sub. Going to be Wildcat ball underneath the goal.
Inbounds play to the right of the basket. James Johnson, who's taken a lot of the role of point guard here.
He has.
In
he's
the
very
first
active,
half.
and for a non-starter, he's taking control some.
Got it into Arrington. Now over on the far side, Argenbright now to Luke Womack way out high. And here's a takeaway for Pine Tree, a breakaway the other way, and the left hand off the glass. The shot is good, and there's a foul. This is Jaden Williams with the basket.
You've either got to let him go or you got to make sure he doesn't score, but we did neither. That was on number 4, Cameron, his second, team's second.
20-12. It's now an 8-point lead for Pine Tree, and going to the line is Jaden Williams, 6'3" senior.
Give him his 2 and circle it. Yeah, that was one you could tell. We should have just let him have it.
And he makes the free throw. 21-12. It's a 9-point lead now for Pine Tree. Swarming defense at midcourt.
Yeah, Pine Tree's defense is as swarming as ours is, and we haven't seen one of those.
Argenbright passing to Noah Perez, and we have a foul called here on
Number
Pine Tree.
3, Nefredi.
Yeah.
His first, team's second. Each team's got 2 fouls, 3:05 left.
21-12, Pine Tree. Wildcats with the inbounds play over on the far side at midcourt. And they're trying to go to Luke Womack. Lost it, but Womack got it back. Finds Argenbright, and Argenbright can't make the banker off the glass go down. And we have a turnover, foul.
Foul on Womack. That's his second.
Luke Womack.
I thought we missed the foul on the shot for Arrington, but we got called on the next one.
Wildcats had a great chance to put 2 on the board there, maybe more than one chance, and couldn't get the shot to fall. 21-12, Pine Tree up by 9. Wildcats still in their zone defense here. Driving on the baseline for Pine Tree. Now they go back outside. Once again to the baseline, back outside, near side, 4-3, up and in.
13, Dietz.
The Corian Dietz with a 3-pointer, 24-12. It's a 12-point lead for Pine Tree.
And another turnover.
Arrington giving it up as he was driving. Here's a pass break and another basket at the other end for Pine Tree, and they have opened up a big lead here.
14-point lead with 2 minutes left. The Wildcats have got to slow it down Can't afford these turnovers.
Three-pointer from the corner on the near side for Sulphur Springs.
3 plus a chance for 1. I think that's foul's going to be on 13.
That's James Johnson with the three-pointer for the Wildcats.
Yep. 13 got the foul. That's his first. You say Johnson got the three.
Right. And who the foul was on who?
Foul is on 13.
The Corian Dietz.
That was huge.
26-15 now.
Yep, need this free throw. We can't afford to miss anything given to us now till we catch up and right the ship.
11-point lead for Pine Tree. Missed the free throw there, did James Johnson, and the rebound to Pine Tree. Here's the three-pointer from the far side, short, and a rebound in the corner by Johnson. Out of bounds, the ball.
He bounced it off of Pine Tree. So.
Right, off of one of the Pine Tree defenders.
Yep. Pine Tree still staying in with that full court back press, and it's really affected the Cats.
Wildcats will inbound in the baseline, or in the backcourt on the baseline. And Perez gets it in to Mac Wallison. Wallison with a spin move as he comes across midcourt, guarded very closely. Steps on the sideline over on the far side, and the ball goes back to Pine Tree. A lot of turnovers against the Wildcats here in the first half.
Yep, they've met their match defensively right now is what's going on. We've got to have a fix for that.
26-15, Pine Tree up by 11. Pirates on attack in the front court, keeping it around the perimeter here. Now here's a three-point attempt, and it's in from the left side of the court.
Dietz
again. His second three-pointer of the quarter. He has 8 points, 29-15, 14-point lead for Pine Tree.
1 minute left.
Carter Arrington in the paint, pulls up, kicks it back outside. The three-pointer missed by Brylan Savage. And the ball thrown away by the Pirates.
Well, JD was open. It's just that he had a referee shirt on, so we're going to take it. 58 seconds left, down 14. The Cats need to close it a little bit here and not let Pine Tree score.
Carter Arrington guarded closely as he comes across the midcourt line to Noah Perez in the corner. Back outside it goes to Arrington. Arrington on the dribble into the paint, has it taken away, but there's a foul.
We got bailed out there because I think we traveled first. I can't see who's calling that one on.
Foul on Pine Tree.
11. Second personal. So we got bailed out there, and that's their fourth. So we got 42 seconds left. Wildcats ball down in the baseline under their own goal.
Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs. This is Mac Wallison outside for the Wildcats. That man-to-man defense that Pine Tree has used throughout most of the first half.
Yeah, they've been man-to-man, and it's a sticky one.
Carter Arrington driving the baseline. Noah Perez for three. Far side, knocked it down. Noah Perez.
Way to come off of the bench and get involved. That's huge right there.
29-18, an 11-point lead now for Pine Tree.
13 seconds, and they're going to go for one shot. Let's just see if we can keep it out of the middle. Oh, it's got zero.
Three-pointer on the way and too long. Gets his own rebound back up and misses, but there's a put back at the buzzer that is up and in.
It is good. I couldn't see who scored it. I'm watching the board to see which one changes. Number 12 got it.
They got 3 shots there in the last 10 seconds.
Yep, that was not good. I think we relaxed a little bit.
And Joshua Fuller with the offensive rebound and the putback at the buzzer.
31-18.
A 13-point lead for Pine Tree at halftime over the Sulphur Springs Wildcats, and this is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST, not a good second quarter for Sulphur Springs. They are outscored 21-10, was it?
21-10, yep.
In the second quarter.
And it was that ugly.
And
actually, it was a hair more because we had that big three-pointer by Perez with about 20 seconds left. It cut it down. Could have been worse.
Pine Tree leading at halftime 31-18. They have been really disruptive on defense in the half court.
That's the deal. They've affected us in the press in the back court, but all they're doing is taking toward that 10 seconds. But in the front court, they've been just like we have for the past month. I mean, they're relentless, and they've got the athletes to match up with us. And I think we're one-on-oneing just a dribble or two too many. We've got to pass right before we get them on us because they're tipping lots of passes and stealing. So I think we're trying to get too close and dish. We need to just play basic and not be flashy.
Scoring for Sulphur Springs in the first half, it's widely distributed. Nobody has more than 4 points at halftime. And Corbin Argenbright leads the Wildcats with 4. James Johnson has 3, and Noah Perez has 3. Each on 1 3-pointer, and then Carter Arrington with 2, Maddox Cameron with 2, Mac Rollison 2, and Luke Womack with 2. And for Pine Tree, DeCorian Dietz, 8 points, all in the second quarter, 2 3-pointers among those 8 points. And also Brandon Smith has 8 points. He had 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Joshua Fuller has 6, and I think he's the one who scored that putback at the buzzer.
Yes, number 12. He's the one that got the last one.
To end the first half. Jaden Williams has 3. Trevion Nafrady has 2. Jordan Taylor has 2, and Trent Fowler has 2 for Pine Tree. But the story has been the Pine Tree defense. Correct,
and then Dietz is a substitute. And his 3-2-3 all came in about 4 possessions in that second quarter. He really busted it open himself on there. And I'm looking for free throws, and there were only 2 free throws shot the entire half.
Right.
We missed ours. Pine Tree made theirs. So this is not going to be a game won at the free throw line.
Who missed the free throw for Sulphur Springs?
James Johnson had a chance at a 4-point play.
Right, I didn't have a chance to put that down. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Kimball Panther Creek game. Kimball number 1 in the state in the 4A rankings, and Panther Creek number 13. So it's going to be a tough situation for either team that should win this ball game tonight, going up against either Kimball or Panther Creek.
Well, it's supposed to get tougher each round.
Sure.
I mean, this is an exciting time, and this is really, of course, we've got to come back and play the best half we've played all year, or else we're going to hang them up. But this is so exciting because you step up in level and you do it in a matter of 3 days. So it really gets going.
Some other scores in Sulphur Springs District involving teams out of Sulphur Springs District. In a bi-district game, Paris defeated Quinlan Ford 83-48. Paris is playing Kilgore. I presume that is tonight.
Should be.
That's in Division 1. In Division 2, North Lamar defeated Caddo Mills 63-51. They are playing Van at Sulphur Springs High School right now.
Yep. Just swapped colors tonight.
North Lamar versus Van tonight at Sulphur Springs. Also, Sunnyvale defeated Texarkana Pleasant Grove 78-64. Pleasant Grove out of Sulphur Springs District. On the girls' side, Division 1, Wills Point knocked out Paris 31-27. Of course, the Lady Cats won their first 2 games and then were knocked out by Kennedale on Monday night. Maybank and Kennedale are playing for the regional championship tonight at Mesquite Horn, again, where we played on Monday night. So you had, in effect, a regional tournament there, although it wasn't.
I'm going to say a 10-point Maybank win minimum. They've got a freshman star.
In Division 2, North Lamar out of Sulphur Springs District won their first 2 games. They won in bi-district and area. And they lost to Godley, which is one of the top teams in the state, 37-34. So North Lamar is out. Sunnyvale bombed Pittsburgh in bi-district 94-27.
That was no surprise.
No surprise.
Bless Pittsburgh's heart. That's one of the dregs of having 4 teams. Sometimes you got people in there that just shouldn't be there.
Here it is 31-18, Pine Tree over Sulphur Springs at halftime, a 13-point lead. They have led by as many as 14. It was 10-8 at the end of the first quarter, but 21-10, Pine Tree outscored Sulphur Springs in the second quarter.
It's going to be the Wildcats ball starting the second or the third quarter, and I think the ball game hinges on the first half of the third quarter because we've got to make a statement, and otherwise we can't swap baskets for 8 minutes or for 16 minutes. We've got to make amends.
Take another break. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST, brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, the University Interscholastic League. And thanks to J. Hodge Chevrolet for the white Tahoe tonight. Wildcats will have the ball to start the second half. Carter Arrington will inbound it right in front of us. And he will go to Mac Rollison. Wildcats will be moving from left to right. Trailing by 13 points, 31-18. And there's a ball knocked away for Pine Tree. Here's the break the other way. Carter Arrington.
Travel.
Carter Arrington made a nice play there on defense to prevent the breakaway basket.
I don't see how he kept from knocking him down.
We did not call the foul on Carter and ruled a traveling call, was it?
That's all it was. Carter kept him from being able to get rid of the ball. He came down with it. Great call.
Gio Ibarra for Sulphur Springs. On the dribble. From the far side, it goes to Arrington. Out to Argenbright. Argenbright with a nice move and a nice pass to Luke Womack, but Womack can't get it to go off the glass.
He was just a little too tense because he saw Pine Tree coming up to try to block it, and he just put a little extra on it, and it couldn't settle in there. But a great pass and a good attempt.
Pine Tree in the front court. Here's a takeaway for Arrington. Arrington to the baseline, and now he lost the ball.
And he did it. Yep.
Went off his knee out of bounds. I thought it was going to be off one of the Pine Tree defenders, but
no, he was trying to pull it out, but he should have recognized and just pulled out and got his offense down there with it. They had 2 on him. He wasn't going to fare very well.
Great steal there by Arrington.
Oh, it was. This is an exciting game. It's kind of old school with the defense.
Pine Tree in the front court. They get it inside, and a great pass there, and Jaden Williams with the left hand lays it in. 33-18.
There's some great passing on both sides today, and he's going to get number 0 finally. He's bodying him up all the time. That's his first. Team's first. Gio
Ibarra had the ball and was trying to work inside. It's a 15-point lead. That's the biggest of the night for Pine Tree now at 33-18. Get it into Gio Ibarra. And here is a disruption again. A loose ball on the floor. And arrow is pointing at Pine Tree.
Yep.
Tie ball.
They're saying they had a timeout, so I think they're going to give Commerce timeout instead. I mean, Commerce going to give Pine Tree a 30-second timeout with they've already started it, whatever.
Again, they are incredibly active on defense.
They are.
I mean, they are just swarming and able to get a hand in there to disrupt every pass the Wildcats attempt, or so it seems.
Well, and they're bodying up our guys, which we have been bodying up others and getting by with it, but this is the first time we've had a defense that actually can return the favor. And we've gotten by with it, but again, we're still, Gio down there did a good job and then kind of sent a soft pass. 6:28 left in the third when they called that 30-second timeout. So the possession era still stays with Pine Tree.
Inbounds play in the backcourt. Wildcats drop back on defense. You go on the far side. Now here's a jumper from the baseline.
Hit the top, hit the bar,
high
over.
Off the rim, and we'll go back to Sulphur Springs.
Hit the back iron, and the referee saw it, called it right quick. Still got back pressure from Pine Tree. I don't think that's going to stop.
Arrington On the dribble across the midcourt line, around to pick by Luke Womack. Arrington to the basket, and with the runner off the glass, it won't fall. Loose ball on the floor, contested, and there's a whistle.
I think we're going to see number 11.
Did we not have a foul called?
Yes, we did. It is number 11 has his third foul, and that's the team's second.
It's Jordan Taylor. Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs on the baseline. Beautiful pass there from Arrington to Argenbright. And Argenbright breaking inside, lays it off the window for the bucket.
Travel. Good job there. Arrington kind of lunged at him and kind of disrupted that pass, so that's a good sequence. Now let's put some more points on it.
33-20, 13-point lead for Pine Tree. Wildcats force the turnover there. Inbounds play over on the far side. Arrington gets it into Mac Rollison. Rollison guarded closely as he comes across the midcourt line. Bounce pass to Arrington near the sideline on this side. They go around the perimeter to Mac Rollison. Rollison on the dribble, and they're going to be called for turning it over.
Yep, rolled his hand and carried it, and referee's right there with it. Something doesn't get called a lot, but I promise you it was there. JD was right on it.
The referees are?
Commerce Chapter's Best. That's my old chapter. And I shouldn't have said who it was. I'm not going to say their names. That's not the best.
Wildcats take it away. Here's Arrington with the breakaway. And with the right hand, he lays it off the glass.
A lot of action up there, and while I was yapping, they took it in.
33-22. The lead now 11 points.
We're kind of disrupting them a little bit. There's another tip by Arrington. This is what we need.
Pine Tree working in the front court. Skip pass from the far side to the near side. They get it inside. Here's the jumper from 12 feet. Good. Jaden Williams stops the bleeding.
Yep, he looks like a basketball player. That's about an 8-footer, and he hit nothing but the strings.
35-22, Pine Tree. Arrington, nice feed down low for Luke Womack. Can't get the shot to go from the right side of the glass, and we have a traveling call on Pine Tree as they go back up the floor.
Pine Tree folks don't like that because there was quite a bit of contact, but both sides were contacting. So we're going to take it. That might have been a sympathy call, but we'll take it right now.
Inbounds play for the Wildcats on the near side. Carter Arrington will trigger the inbounds pass. It goes to Mac Rollison. Rollison guarded very closely out near midcourt. Rollison around to pick. And now we'll jack up the three, a little bit short off the front iron. Rebound to Pine Tree. 35-22 Pine Tree with 4:25 to go third quarter.
Just fixing to say that the Rollison hadn't been getting his three-pointers. That's going to be a foul on Savage.
Pirates trying to go down low there, and Brylan Savage gets the foul.
First team foul for us in the third. Still non-shooting. Don't anticipate shooting. Inbounds
play on the baseline to the left of the basket for Pine Tree. They go way outside. Wildcats still in their zone defense. Here's the three-pointer, and he nailed it.
That's Mr. Dietz. That's his third three. And he tried to pass it off 2 times and then decided, well, if they're going to leave me here, I'll do it.
38-22.
Nice for Arrington.
16-point lead for Pine Tree. Arrington driving to the bucket, and he is fouled.
He made the 2-pointer, so he's going to get his next one. Let's see who they give that one to. Number 13, his second foul.
Carter Arrington with a nice move to the basket.
So we need to make this free throw, get it back to the 13-point game that it was.
And
he got it.
Gets it to fall about 3 times on the rim before it went down.
Had to crawl back in there, but we'll take it.
You said the foul was on Dietz. 13?
Yes, 13.
Pine Tree in the front court. 38-25, a 13-point lead. There's a takeaway by James Johnson for Sulphur Springs. The left hand off the glass, he misses, but the rebound for the Wildcats by Maddox Cameron. And things are going to get heated here. The two players.
They'll come up. There wasn't anything vicious there. Pine Tree folks are wanting to crawl over with us.
Maddox Cameron contesting the rebound there with the Pine Tree player. They both went to the floor, and now fans from the Pine Tree side behind us here getting excited. 38-25. The lead is 13 points for Pine Tree. And the officials discussing what the call is going to be here. Again, you had 2 missed shots down there by the Wildcats from inside.
I haven't seen who they gave the foul on, of who's in there.
I wasn't sure a foul was called.
Yeah, they called a foul. Well, you got to. Number something 21, I believe, they're going to give it on Savage. Let's see if they put, he had 1. Let's see if he goes to 2.
(38-25), a 13-point lead for Pine Tree with 3:43 to go in the third quarter.
And they still haven't put anything back up there.
Conversation still taking place among the officials.
I think they're going to give it to Braylon. He kind of had him bear hugged like he was trying to do the Heimlich, and they went to the floor.
So if the foul is on Brylan Savage of Sulphur Springs, then it would be an inbounds play for Pine Tree in the back court.
Yes. Now they're changing it to number 4, I think to number 4. But I don't think 4 was in there.
Well, it was Maddox Cameron, wasn't it, on the rebound effort?
Yeah, it could have been. So it's going to be on number 4, and they just put his 3rd foul down.
Yeah, all right, so that's the 3rd foul on Maddox Cameron, the Wildcat senior, who's still in the game.
2 fouls on us, 3 on Pine Tree, and it's Pine Tree's ball out under our goal. So it's all settled down. The refs did a good job of separating everybody. We got excited, but they got her done.
Inbounds play in the back court. Pine Tree now into the front court. Here's a 3-point attempt off the iron. Rebound to Pine Tree, but play is stopped.
Argenbright on that one. I think he kind of shoved somebody out of the way.
Foul on Corbin Argenbright of the Wildcats.
That's his first.
Third.
Now that's the 3rd for us.
Pine Tree will go to the bonus on the 5th foul of the quarter. Inbounds play, open shot, right side of the key.
Pear.
Darren Pear, his first score. First time we know that he's been in the ballgame. 40-25, a 15-point lead for Pine Tree. And a nice move to the basket there by Maddox Cameron for Sulphur Springs, but he can't get the shot to go. Coming back the other way, we have a foul.
Number 4 again, I believe. Let's see. That's his 4th, so Cameron a little out of control right now.
Maddox Cameron out of the game.
Now, right now, the officials will be calling it a little closer to take control of the ball game.
James Johnson takes the place of Maddox Cameron. Skip pass for Pine Tree as they work in the front court. James Johnson takes it away and then throws it off the chest of the Pine Tree player and make it go out of bounds.
Mercy, the quickness on these both teams. This is unbelievable. 2:56 left in the 3rd. 15-point lead. The Cats are losing ground.
Corbin Argenbright gets it into Carter Arrington. Arrington guarded by Brandon Smith closely as he comes across the midcourt line. Wildcats going left to right. Over on the far side, ball is knocked free. And a whistle.
Johnson's going to get that one. We're a little out of control. That's his 2nd, and that's going to be a shooting foul. So Wildcats got to get control of themselves.
James Johnson, his 2nd foul. And now Pine Tree in the bonus here for the remaining 2:44 of the 3rd quarter. They'll shoot 2 shots on every foul unless it's a player possession foul.
Correct. Dietz is going to get 2 shots. This is the Wildcats losing their composure a little bit right now. First one's good.
Joshua Dietz makes the free throw. Substitution for Pine Tree.
Pine Tree's putting some people in that haven't been in the ball game. They feel comfortable getting the blow for this last 2 minutes and putting some of their subs in.
41-25, 42-25. He makes them both. That was DeCorian Dietz.
Correct.
42-25, 17-point lead is the biggest for Pine Tree. Wildcats get it in against the full court pressure. Here's a lob down low for Savage, and the reverse layup with the left hand won't fall. Wildcats get the offensive board.
Travel, he came back down before he could get rid of it.
James Johnson got the rebound, but he's called for traveling. 42-25.
Kind of did a 360 and couldn't get around the mob that was underneath the basket.
17-point lead for Pine Tree. 2:30. Yeah, to go third quarter. Arrington comes out a little bit farther here on that zone to pick up the point guard Brandon Smith. Now the Wildcats attempt to trap over on the far side, and we have a foul called.
No, it's just a side out. I think they got a steal but bounced it on the sidelines, just side out.
I thought we had a foul on Mac Rollison there for a moment.
He almost came up with the steal. So we're waiting until they get in the front court and Pine Tree's slowing, and then we're trapping as soon as they get in there.
We're on the far side. Swing it around, high post, and then down low. Up with the shot, no good for Pine Tree, and Mac Rollison, the rebound for Sulphur Springs, brings it across the midcourt line. Wildcats into the front court, moving left to right. He tries a bounce pass to Argenbright, knocked away, and picked up for Pine Tree. That was Joshua Fuller.
Yep, passed it into a triple.
Long three, no good, and the rebound Argenbright for Sulphur Springs.
We've got to score right here.
42-25, Arrington for three, air ball, brushed the net, but Mac Rollison got the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats
lost it out of bounds.
Lose it on the baseline, and it goes back to the Pirates.
17-point lead with 1:26 left. Wildcats are in trouble.
Argenbright out of the game. I'm not sure who took his place. I guess Brylan Savage, or was that Noah Perez, perhaps?
And Perez is in. Cats are still in that trapping zone. As soon as it gets in an error, we'll go send two people for them, make them get out, get rid of it.
There's the attempted trap right in front of us, but they get out of it, take it to the far side, and now one of the Wildcat defenders, Brylan Savage, got a hand on it. It goes over the baseline, and Pine Tree will inbound to the right of the basket with 1:05 in the third quarter, and Pine Tree leading 42-25.
Yep.
Three-pointer is off the mark, and the rebound goes to Gio Ibarra, taking it all the way. Gio with the runner.
I could see a charge coming, and that's what happened. That's where you've got to be a little smarter than that.
He missed the shot and is called for charging. That's his first foul.
Yep. You had one on three. You can't do that, and Pine Tree knew he had help, so he set up, and Gio obliged. Great hustle by Gio. It's just a decision that hurt him. Can't fault the young man, except for you just gotta know where to go.
Timeout by Pine Tree or Sulphur Springs here?
I believe Sulphur Springs, but I don't know for sure.
42-25, Wildcats trail in the third quarter. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, the University Interscholastic League. Thanks to J. Hodge Chevrolet for a beautiful white Tahoe tonight. 42-25, 17-point lead for Pine Tree. Pirates have an inbounds play on the baseline of the backcourt. Wildcats with the full court press. It's taken away for Sulphur Springs.
Arrington.
And Carter Arrington with the basket there.
Great
off the steal. Pine Tree now coming back up the floor, and we have a foul. 42-27. Pine Tree with the lead.
Number 5, that's Johnson. That's his third. Number 3 is going to get 2 free throws.
46 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
In the third quarter. And at the line for Pine Tree, this is Trevion Nefrady. Shot rattles off, no good. Nefrady has 2 points, scored in the first quarter.
Yep.
substitution for Pine Tree, and I didn't pick up who came in or who left. It's the second shot, and he got it. 1 of 2. I believe Brandon Smith came in, and Trent Fowler went out. 43-27. Pine Tree with a big lead. Mac Rollison guarded closely. Gets it across the midcourt line to James Johnson. Again, they are trying on the steal with every step here to the baseline. Carter Arrington now for 3. Mac Rollison, too hard, and a long rebound to Gio Ibarra. Going back up, and Gio scores from about 8 feet in front of the basket.
That's his first basket of the game.
43-29, a 14-point lead. And Pine Tree the other way with the runner off the glass that won't fall, and the rebound James Johnson for Sulphur Springs. 2 seconds.
2 seconds, shoot it.
And Johnson puts it up.
Oh, he hit the back iron.
Off the heel there, had a chance.
Yep, that would have taken it.
43-29.
14-point lead going into the last. That's
this
not
is
good.
Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, the Alliance Bank, the UIL. Thanks to Jay Hodge for the White Tahoe tonight. 43-29 Pine Tree as we go to the fourth quarter. Here's a shot from the baseline, missed by Pine Tree, but they get the rebound. And going back up with another shot, but the Wildcats take it away, and that's Carter Arrington with it for Sulphur Springs. To Mac Rollison.
Straight up blocked it.
Rollison spinning, misses the shot. Brylan Savage, the putback, no good. Here comes Pine Tree the other way.
That's
inside they
there.
go, and here's a traveling call on Jaden Williams of Pine Tree.
I can't help it, it's just in me.
Pine Tree outscored the Wildcats 12-11 in the third quarter. Wildcats get it in, working on the full court press. Here is James Johnson taking it into the paint, and he dishes off to Brylan Savage.
Got it on the second when he got him a rebound stat as well.
He missed the first one, got the rebound, and went back up to score. Wildcats take it away again, and missed a shot.
Jump ball.
Pine Tree got the ball back on the rebound.
That's going to be our ball down there.
Tie ball.
Yeah,
and the ball's going to go to Sulphur Springs with the possession arrow pointing the Wildcats' way. 43-31, that lead is down to 12.
Womack is back in for Braylon Savage. Braylon did a great job, very active. Everybody has. We've had effort all night.
Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs on the baseline to the left of the basket. We get it in to Carter Arrington. Arrington driving the baseline.
Going to be a foul on Pine Tree, number 3, I believe. Let's see if they give him his sip. That's number 2 on him.
Travion Nafrady.
Number 1 on the quarter. Here comes Arrington for 3.
Rollison inbounds, and Carter Arrington nails a 3. 43-34, the lead is down to 9 points. Now it's interesting. Pine Tree back the other way for a layup that won't fall. And Pine Tree gets the rebound, skip pass. Here's a three-pointer, and he nailed it.
Yep, number 11.
Jordan Taylor with the three-pointer. 46-34, it's a 12-point lead for Pine Tree. Wildcats had cut that lead down to 9 there momentarily. Here is Gio Ibarra driving down the right side of the lane.
That's going to be on number 12.
Foul on Pine Tree. Joshua Fuller, his first foul.
Team second, and Gio is going to get to shoot 2 at the line.
46-34, Gio Ibarra at the line. He is a 67% free throw shooter. Shot on the way, and he got it.
I thought it was a very risky shot that he should have pulled it out, but he's making the most of it right now. Again, gutsy effort by everybody. There's people running everywhere tonight.
46-35, the lead is 11. Second shot, Gio got the second. Full court pressure for Sulphur Springs, 46-36, 10-point lead. Trap in the backcourt, still in the backcourt. They get it across the midcourt line now, and a collision, and this is going to be called on Sulphur Springs.
Stone Johnson going to be his 4th.
James Johnson, Wildcat football player, showing his predilection for contact there.
Yeah, we've had some football. Gio's put a couple of shoulders, and So now we've got a new one for Sulphur in, number 11.
Yeah, this is T.J. Jones, who came up from the JV. T.J. Jones, second time he's been in the game tonight. I don't think we identified him the first time.
I don't have him in the book.
46-36. 10-point lead.
Pine Tree.
And Pine Tree takes a timeout. 10-point lead with 6:17 to go for Pine Tree. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Pine Tree 46, Sulphur Springs 36. We're in the fourth quarter. Wildcats have cut that lead down from 17 points here in the last few minutes.
6:17 left in the ball game.
Two Wildcats in big foul trouble. Maddox Cameron and James Johnson both with 4.
I can't believe there's not more with the way we've been playing this tenacious defense. And there's been a lot of contact both ways the entire game. I like the way it's been called.
Jordan Taylor has 3 fouls for Pine Tree. Inbounds play for Pine Tree. They get it in. Here's a runner off the glass. No good. Rebound to Sulphur Springs. Here come the Wildcats on the break. Carter Arrington, right hand off the glass. He scores.
Good job. Good pass. And Arrington made a right decision.
46-38. This is an 8-point lead for Pine Tree. Pine Tree up the floor and down the baseline with a drive, and he dishes off at the last moment. And we have a foul.
A foul there, and that was a good one. Going to put him on the line for 2 shots.
Carter Arrington with the foul. That's only his first foul.
Yep, that's amazing, too. He's got lots of bruises, both taken and given.
Arrington's having a big second half here.
Yep.
He's 6, 9, 11, 12 points in the second half, 14 overall. 2 shots for Jaden Williams. He makes the first. Williams has 7 points, now 8 points in the game.
Still a good foul.
47-38, 9-point lead. Second shot. And he misses the shot, but the offensive rebound taken by Pine Tree. They go back outside. Over to the far side. Up high, now in the corner on the far side. Wildcats very active on defense here, still in a zone, but as Tony would point out, a matchup zone of sorts. Driving to the inside, a beautiful move there for Pine Tree and gets the layup off the glass.
Number 11 just kind of mesmerized everybody, 49-38.
Jordan Taylor with the bucket, 11-point lead for Pine Tree. T.J. Jones for Sulphur Springs, now 4-3. Maddox Cameron off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Pine Tree.
Coming up on 5 minutes left in the ball game.
49-38, Pine Tree 11-point lead.
Don't know if that was a timeout or a foul. It's timeout, Pine Tree, before the foul.
I thought a Pine Tree timeout, right. 49-38, Pine Tree leads with 5:10 to go. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST.
This is a full one.
Wildcats basketball on KSST. It's 49-38. Pine Tree an 11-point lead with 5:10 to go. Pine Tree will have the ball with an inbounds play over on the far side. Moving right to left. Go into the corner. Now back outside they go. Driving into the paint. A whistle.
Number 3, Gio. That's going to be his second.
He did call it on Gio Ibarra.
Team second.
Afraid that James Johnson was going to get that call and he would have fouled out. Inbounds play for Pine Tree on the baseline to the right of the basket. They get it inside and a beautiful pass, and with the left hand off the glass, Jaden Williams scores, and he is fouled.
Gio got that one too, I think. Yep, that's his third. The 2 points scored, so that's going to be 51, and that came from number 5, who's got 2.
The lead is back out to 13 points with 5 minutes to go.
One more free throw, and that one is no good.
In and out, Wildcats contest the rebound, but now they do pick it up. This is Carter Arrington taking it all the way out. Arrington with a brilliant play.
Little continuation, we're going to take it. That's a great body control.
Carter Arrington driving down the right side of the lane with a runner.
21 for them, for Pine Tree. We're going to give Arrington the 2 and a free throw.
Arrington somehow got it to go in off the glass.
I don't see how he got that because they were bumping all the way down there. But Arrington's a well-built, strong young man.
And the shot
Free
is
throw good.
rattling around, and it falls for Carter Arrington. Again, having a big second half. 51-41, 10-point lead with 4:47 to go. The lead for Pine Tree.
What was it in the hockey? Do you believe in miracles?
Pine Tree on attack in the front court. Wildcats with a two-man trap there out near midcourt. And the ball is not free. It goes back into the backcourt, and that's a backcourt violation.
I tell you what, that's my buddy from Commerce. He was right on top of that. He had about 4 bodies. He never hesitated. Good turnover. Wildcats had tenacious defense again.
The Sulphur Springs defense starting to take effect here.
Yep. 4:29 left, 10-point ball game.
Wildcats have cut it to as little as 8 points here in the fourth quarter.
But we've got to not get desperate and think we've got to shoot threes. We can still just get twos.
Arrington gets it in. Over on the far side to Mac Rollison. Rollison drives and then dishes to Carter Arrington in the corner over on the far side, making his move, and he travels.
I think he changed his mind from shooting to passing, and just that little bit cost him.
51-41 with 4:20 to go. Wildcats have trailed by as many as 17 points in this game in the second half. Inbounds play for Pine Tree in the backcourt on the baseline. Full court press for Sulphur Springs. They get it in. Intense pressure by the Wildcats. And now they come across the midcourt line, the Pirates. And again, the Wildcats going for the ball here. And we have a foul.
And that's all for James Cameron, or Maddox Cameron.
Easy mistake to make in Sulphur Springs.
In Sulphur Springs, it is.
I still haven't. Apparently that will be his 5th foul.
Yep.
Maddox Cameron, his 5th foul. Wildcat senior.
And Pine Tree's shooting the rest of the 4 minutes too, so this could get ugly.
T.J. Jones, the freshman, back in the game for Sulphur Springs, up from the JV. At the line, Jordan Taylor. He has 7 points in the game so far. Shooting 2 shots on the bonus. He makes the first. Again, you go to the bonus on the 5th foul of the quarter, and then you shoot 2 shots in Texas high school basketball. So second shot here for Jordan Taylor, a 5'8 senior for Pine Tree. 52-41, 11-point lead for Pine Tree. Second shot, in and out. And they get the offensive board, the putback, no good, but another foul call.
I think that's going to be on maybe 21. That's going to be on Braylon. I thought it might be on Arrington. So Braylon's got it. They're already in the bonus. So 24 is going to get his 2 free throws.
Brylan Savage, his second foul. Another Wildcat senior. 52-41, 4:08 left to go at the line. Darren Parr. No, it is Parr.
Yeah, that's what
he misses the first. He had his 2 points in the game. Parr, 6'1 sophomore. They have 16 kids suited out here tonight.
And they've played about 8 or 9.
Second shot is good. Parr with 3 points in the game. 53-41, a 12-point Pine Tree lead. Wildcats get it in. Here's Gio Ibarra with the left-hand dribble into the paint. Dishes at the last moment. Beautiful pass to Brylan Savage, who gets it to go off the left side of the backboard for 2. Brylan Savage, but a great feed by Ibarra. 53.
For Pine Tree going to be, no, it's for Sulphur.
53-43, 10-point lead for Pine Tree. Wildcats with a strong comeback here in the fourth quarter, but will it be enough? This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST. The final 3:55 here of this area round playoff game with Longview Pine Tree. Inbounds play in the backcourt for Pine Tree on the baseline. Wildcats take it away, and the shot rolls around the rim for the Wildcats and would not fall. I think that was Arrington with the shot, and here's a foul as Pine Tree comes into the front court, and this one's going to go on Sulphur Springs.
Number 3, Gio
Ibarra all of a sudden now with 4 fouls.
Yeah, well, we're having to press it.
Right, Wildcats playing with a lot more aggressiveness here in the fourth quarter, and the fouls are starting to pile up.
13's getting his 2 shots.
DeCorian Dietz, who has 8 points in the game, and this one rattles around and will not go down.
They're helping us with some missed free throws.
Yeah.
Just like that shot down there, if Arrington, he took a great shot and it just wouldn't come down. We got the steal and he went right up. We've missed some point blank. The effort's there, we just hadn't had the luck.
Corbin Argenbright has been out of the game, but he comes back in now. He misses the second shot, does Dietz, and the Wildcats get the rebound in the corner with Argenbright. And here come the Wildcats back up the floor, down by 10 with 3:33 to go. Rollison driving into the paint, dishes to Carter Arrington. That's Argenbright, and he misses in and out for 3 from the corner on the far side. Rebound for Pine Tree, but the rebounder goes to the floor. That is Travion Nefrady, and he's called for traveling.
He traveled because Arrington just about had a jump ball, and he kind of slung him to the floor, but it was by way of the ball, which is legal.
Inbounds play for the Wildcats on the baseline to the left of the basket. That's T.J. Jones, the freshman.
Turned it over. They knocked it off of him, so it's now gone back to Pine Tree. And it looks like Arrington's going to go full court up there with the pressure. We've got nothing left. We've got to get every second we can.
Wildcats trying to get it in, but one of the Pine Tree defenders got a hand on the ball, and it went off one of the Wildcats over the baseline. Inbounds play for Pine Tree in the backcourt. They get it in, and now across the midcourt line, here's an open three-pointer, and he knocked it down.
Dietz.
DeCorian Dietz with 11 points in the game. And it's a 13-point lead for Pine Tree with 3:04 to go. Ball is not free near midcourt. It's out of bounds right in front of us, but it will be off one of the Pine Tree defenders.
Got some subs coming in. It's going to be the Wildcats ball at midcourt. Action, action, action. All 32 minutes. This is a fun spectator game. We're not on the good side of it right now, but
Arrington gets it into Mac Rollison. Now back to Arrington. That goes to Gio Ibarra on the right side of the lane. Back to Arrington. Arrington driving into the paint with the runner. The left hand off the glass. Got it to go. 56-45, an 11-point lead for Pine Tree, taken away by Arrington. Arrington coming back up the floor, crosses the midcourt line, goes to the floor, and we have a foul.
Number 3, Nefrady, got his 3rd. I think Arrington got kind of bailed out there because he was fixing to a little bit out of control.
Right.
He's trying to catch his breath over there. He's been relentless.
Travion Nefrady the foul. Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs on the far side. Arrington going to Mac Rollison. Rollison with a spin move. Steps back for 3. And, hung on the rim and would not fall. Out of bounds over the baseline. Goes back to Pine Tree with 2:26 to go.
Pine Tree folks are a little upset, and they should be.
Well, I tell you,
he got away with a separation elbow.
I don't know if this is typical of Pine Tree, but these fans are into it.
Oh, yeah.
Driving the baseline.
Foul on Braylon.
And
there.
A foul on Sulphur Springs. That was Trent Fowler driving the left baseline, and he is fouled.
That's Braylon Savage. That's his 3rd.
3rd foul on Braylon Savage.
15 is going to get 2 more free throws, or 2 free throws. I don't know if he's made any or not.
Trent Fowler. And the first shot rattles around, and he gets the shooter's roll, and it falls. He has now 3 points in the game. He scored a 2-point bucket in the first quarter. Looks like Maddox Cameron back in the game for Sulphur Springs. No, that would be James Johnson.
We're swapping out defense, offense.
Second shot by Fowler, also good. 58-45, a 13-point lead for Pine Tree. Wildcats have cut that lead down, I think, to 8. I think that was the
8's
closest they've come. Pine Tree is led by as many as 17. Here's James Johnson, Wildcat sophomore. Bringing it across the midcourt line. Beautiful bounce pass for Savage. And Savage with the reverse layup off the glass.
That's 6 in the quarter for Savage in the fourth.
And a great feed there by James Johnson to set him up. 58-47, 11 point.
Number 5, that's Johnson. That's going to be his 5th.
11-point lead for Pine Tree. Johnson fouls out. Going to the line for Pine Tree is Travion Nafrady.
2:03 left in the ball game. 11-point lead with 2 free throws coming for Nafrady.
Shot on the way and rims out.
This is where I'm glad we got this crew on the floor too, because this is where it can get out of hand with 2 minutes left in the season.
58-47, and he makes the second shot. 59-47. Here come the Wildcats. No quit at them. Under 2 minutes to go. And Carter Arrington on the dribble.
Timeout by Sulphur Springs. He saw that he was in trouble, and Coach did a good job of being right on him. Coach Mitchum saved the turnover.
59-47. Wildcats take the timeout. 12-point lead for Pine Tree. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. 59-47. Sulphur Springs down by 12. You say Paris won their playoff?
Paris won by 27 points. So
playing Kilgore tonight.
Okay. That's quite impressive, which Paris has got a good team. On to round 3.
Mac Rollison, backdoor cut to Carbon, Argenbright, and Argenbright with the right hand off the glass for the 2.
That's kind of the way the game started, on the same kind of play.
59-49, 10-point lead. Wildcats take it away on the full court press, but they give it back. A long lead pass for Pine Tree, and they miss the layup at the other end, and there's a traveling call on Pine Tree.
24 must be young, and he wanted to dunk so bad, and he just got hung on the front of the rim, and then the Wildcats helped to get a travel coming down. I feel sorry for 24. He's got a long, I think like you said, was a freshman, but he sure did want that.
Inbounds play for the Wildcats.
Minute 30.
Under a minute and a half now, 59-40. That's a 10-point lead for Pine Tree. Mac Rollison driving the right side of the lane, misses, but the putback by Brylan Savage. He's having a big fourth quarter.
He's got 8 in the quarter.
That lead down to 8 again, 59-51. Traveling call on Pine Tree, coming back up the floor with 1:13 to go. 8-point lead for Pine Tree.
Sulphur Springs is out of timeouts, so we've got to be able to adjust on the fly to work with Coach Mitchum to see these out-of-bounds plays.
Inbounds play for Mac Rollison on the far side. Gets it into Gio Ibarra. Head fake, spins into the paint. Runner.
And a charge. That's second charge on Gio, and that's going to be his 5th foul.
Yep. Charging call on Gio Ibarra. Made a nice move into the paint there.
But this is with 1 minute left. I really think we needed to get a 3 there.
59-51. Pine Tree was led by as many as 17 points on several occasions.
Yep.
This is the closest the Wildcats have come. And I'm impressed by the Wildcats' determination here.
Absolutely. They've given 110%.
Inbounds play on the baseline.
Steal
and it's taken away by Arrington.
Arrington
off the glass for 2. It's 6 points. 59-53 lead with a minute to go. The Wildcats knock it free again, but it's over the baseline off one of the Wildcat defenders. Arrington with a huge second half.
Just unbelievable.
He's got 21 points now in the game.
Just under a minute left.
Inbounds play for Pine Tree. And they throw it out to midcourt. There's a break. A fast break for Pine Tree, and heads-up play there as the player passed up the layup shot, came back outside.
Timeout, Pine Tree. We were fixing to get another one up there at midcourt. Full timeout coming.
They had the fast break there, nearly got the basket, but I think it was Trent Fowler who thought better of trying to make the play. It wasn't a sure thing. He was going to be closely guarded by a Wildcat, and then he came back outside to take some more time.
I think he made the right decision we've got the points. We need seconds off of the clock. So he made the right decision, but our defense is so good up at top where it ended up. We were fixing to get it, and Coach was right there and saw it. I didn't see a signal to see whether or not Pine Tree, they've got to be just about out of timeouts too.
Yeah, 59-53. It's a 6-point lead for Pine Tree. This was a 43-29 game going to the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Wildcats have dominated in the fourth quarter.
Well, we got Savage has 8 points, but Arrington has 3, 5, 7, 9, 12 points in the fourth quarter alone. He's just the ever-ready bunny.
I tell you, he's been a fine player his entire career, but the last 3 games, really, he's turned it up a notch.
He has. 49.63 seconds left. Pine Tree inbound to the back court.
Inbounds play, 47 seconds on the clock. There's a foul.
Argenbright on the foul. It's time. We're going to have to make them win it at the line. That's his first personal.
Well, the clock shows 5 fouls on the Wildcats.
Oh, we've had 5 fouls.
Oh, right. I don't know what I was thinking. I was looking over the side.
Team fouls.
Was thinking that we were about to have a inbounds play for some reason. So at the line for Pine Tree, and missing the first shot is Jordan Taylor.
They've done some of the work for us, missing these free throws.
Right. They can't total it up right now, but I would say they're about 50% here in the fourth quarter. Second shot coming. 6-point lead for Pine Tree with 45 seconds to go.
They've missed 9 so far in the fourth quarter alone.
Taking a long time here at the line. Second shot is way off the mark, and T.J. Jones gets the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Here come the Wildcats. Rollison traveled with it. Argenbright.
What luck. Yep, and it was a good call with the travel, and then Argenbright knocked down a 3 from about 5 feet beyond the arc. It would have made it real interesting.
Inbounds play for Pine Tree, and Rollison going for the steal with the foul. Rollison
got to do it. That's his second.
Second foul.
We're not worried about who's what. We got to foul immediately and hope they miss, which they have. This is number 11 again, Taylor, so he's going to get his shot again. Let's see if he can miss 2 again.
It's on his mind that he missed those last 2. He took a long time before that second shot. Shot on the way, and he got that one. 60-53, a 7-point lead for Pine Tree.
38 seconds left in the ball game.
Jordan Taylor, 5'8" senior at the line for the Pirates. Takes a big breath. Eyes the basket. Second shot is no good. Rebound to Brylan Savage for Sulphur Springs. Goes to Arrington. Arrington on the dribble. Back to Argenbright for 3. Too hard off the iron, but the rebound by Savage for the Wildcats. And a loose ball on the floor. Tie ball, and the arrows pointing at the Pirates.
Yep.
With 24 seconds to go.
Wasn't much we could do right there. We were outnumbered underneath the bucket. Savage did a good job of getting the rebound, but he couldn't clear. All we can do is try to steal, and if we don't get the steal, then foul.
Inbounds play in the backcourt for Pine Tree, and here's a foul near midcourt.
Timeout Pine Tree. That's got to be his last.
I thought they called the foul already.
Nope.
Timeout for Pine Tree, leading 60-53.
Surely that's their last.
For whatever reason, the scoreboard here doesn't indicate timeouts.
It's got on the bottom over there. It's got zeros for both of us now. I hadn't been paying attention.
That's a tiny little
TOL, timeout left.
Wow, that's hard to see.
I haven't been, but it's at all zeros now.
So a 7-point lead for Pine Tree. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Dallas-Kimball Panther Creek game. Kimball, the number 1 ranked 4A team in the state. Panther Creek, number 13. But I think either one of these teams would give a competitive game if it's Kimball or Panther Creek.
Yeah, they will.
Well, what a fourth quarter here in second half for Carter Arrington for Sulphur Springs.
Yeah, our Wildcats have just gotten a lot better in the last month.
Inbounds play over on the far side. And they go into the backcourt again, way back near the baseline. Coming back up the floor, and T.J. Jones, the freshman,
gets his name in the scorebook.
Will take a foul. 60-53. Of course, the bonus situation has long been in effect here for Pine Tree. And at the line will be Travion Nafrady, who is 2 for 4 at the free throw line here in the ball game. All of those in the second half. Shot on the way and too hard off the back iron.
They've given us our chance with a 7-point ball game, I promise you.
I tell you, these two teams could play again tomorrow, and you might get a very different outcome.
Yep, I thought we were outclassed at halftime, but
misses the second shot, batted up, and they control the rebound out near midcourt. And another foul called, of course, against the Wildcats here. Did you see who it was called on? Was that Arrington?
Yeah, his third.
You got him with 3?
Yeah. Number 11 getting 2 more.
60-53, and this one apparently will go to Pine Tree with just 11 seconds showing on the clock.
Yep. A valiant effort by the Cats.
Jordan Taylor makes the shot. He's been to the line now. How many times here in the fourth quarter?
2, 4, 8 shots he's going to get in the fourth quarter alone from the line.
Makes the first one, 61-53. Lead is back to 8.
He's got to make this one to shoot 50%, though.
Second shot.
And he did.
62-53, 9-point lead, under 10 seconds. Rollison for 3. Hard off the glass. Long rebound to Pine Tree, and that's going to do it. They're not going to attempt the shot at the other end. 62-53. Pine Tree beats the Sulphur Springs Wildcats in this area-round playoff game at Van High School tonight. Hard-fought game. Wildcats trailed by as many as 17 points, but made a game comeback here in the fourth quarter. Got it down to 6, was it, at one time? Mm-hmm. Got it down to a 6-point lead, but could get no closer. So Pine Tree will move on, and they will play the winner of the Kimball Panther Creek game next week, probably Tuesday night. Wildcats basketball continues after this on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST. It's a 62-53 win for the Pine Tree Pirates. And I'll tell you what, a lot of fan bases could take some notes from the Pine Tree fans here tonight. They showed up in large numbers, and they made a lot of noise.
They did.
And they're still making a lot of noise. You can hear them behind us here. So for Sulphur Springs scoring, Carter Arrington ends up with 21 points. He had 2 at halftime.
Yeah.
So 19 in the second half. Second leading scorer for the Wildcats was Brylan Savage with 8, and all of those in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
All of those inside on putbacks or feeds that set him up for the bucket. Gio Ibarra had 4. Also, Corbin Argenbright had 8 for Sulphur Springs, I should say.
Yep.
And Maddox Cameron with 2, James Johnson with 3, Mac Rollison only with 2 tonight, Luke Womack with 2, and Noah Perez with a 3-pointer in the first half. For Pine Tree, evenly distributed scoring here this evening. They had Joshua Fuller with 3, I should say with 11. Joshua Fuller with 11, DeCorian Dietz with 11, Jaden Williams with 10, Brandon Smith with 8, Travion Frady with 4, Darren Pear with 3, and Trent Fowler with 2 this evening. And Wildcats, did you say what the scoring was in the fourth quarter?
24-19 Wildcats.
24-19 in the fourth quarter to make it an exciting final 2 or 3 minutes there. 24-19 in the fourth quarter.
Mercy.
Second quarter is where it got away from the Wildcats. They were outscored. 21-10 in the second quarter, and that was the difference in the ballgame.
Yep.
I still think these are pretty evenly matched teams.
Yeah.
And I think, as I said to you, I think during the timeout, I think these two teams could play again tomorrow. We might have a very totally different outcome here.
We could.
But, I expected this really to be a very evenly matched game coming in, and in some respects it was, but Pine Tree got out to that 17-point lead, and the Wildcats just had a hard time fighting back. But boy, that
both teams had the real rough and solid defense, and we couldn't finish sometimes when we got down at the bottom, and they clogged it up, and they made a few in that second quarter and made the difference.
Be interesting to know how many turnovers there were against each team. We don't have access to that, at least not immediately. But in the second quarter in particular, the Wildcats gave the ball up an awful lot there in that second quarter. So,
but the effort was there. The effort's been there all season.
Without a doubt.
This is a great job, and Coach Mitchum's to be commended for getting the discipline in there and making it where they wanted to play that hard. Yeah,
they could have folded in the third quarter there and phoned it in the rest of the way, but they absolutely did not do it. But again, just a terrific showing by Carter Arrington there in the second half for Sulphur Springs, and not only the scoring, but he had a number of steals.
He did.
That led to his own basket at the other end, or another Wildcat.
And this would be a different ball game if there was a different crew out there. We had a crew that would allow the contact. There was a lot of contact, but they looked for advantage, and I thought they called a very good ball game. They were not part of it.
So the Wildcats are going to end their season at 21-13. Pine Tree will go to 22-12. They had identical season records coming into the game. 22-12 now for Pine Tree. They will play either Dallas Kimball or Frisco Panther Creek probably next Tuesday night. You said that Paris won tonight?
Paris won by 27.
Over Kilgore. What was the score? Did you still have that somewhere?
I still got it. I think it was 74-47 or something like that.
Paris is a pretty impressive team.
Paris is good.
Yeah.
Let's see, 74-47.
All right, very good.
27 points.
Wildcat seniors playing their final games tonight. Carter Arrington, hate to say that.
Yep.
Gio Ibarra.
Gio really came on the second half of the season.
Yes, he did. I will say that, and he had a strong game tonight.
I thought he was just a defensive player.
Well, you know what?
He got to where he was handling the ball a lot. Did a really good job.
The roster here, and I'm glad to say this, and I think we had, at some point, we had indicated that he was a senior, but he is a junior, so I'm glad to say that he will be. I was thinking that from a football point of view that he had another year left, so he is a junior, and that is a good thing, and he will be a great contributor coming back next year. Maddox Cameron, senior for the Wildcats. Mac Rollison, hate to see Mac go. Brylan Savage, who had the big fourth quarter.
Yep.
Brady Geisland, who was injured early in the season, early in the district season, and what a difference he could have made if he had been able to play the rest of the season.
Sure.
Luke Womack, a senior. Noah Perez, a senior. Val Mubayed, a senior, who was also injured and not able to play the last several games. So all of those Wildcat seniors, we say thanks to those guys for the effort that they made, not only tonight but throughout their Sulphur Springs careers.
Yes.
And we'll look ahead to next season. So I want to say thanks to Matt Jensen, our technical director and video producer. James Terry, our producer in the KSST studio. Tony Flippin makes it a lot of fun to do these ball games and learn a lot of basketball and football and everything else from Tony, I must say. And Wildcat basketball brought to you by BT Medical, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, the University Interscholastic League, and we say thanks to J. Hodge Chevrolet providing a beautiful white Tahoe in which we made the drive down here to Van this evening. So once again, our final score, it is Longview Pine Tree 62, Sulphur Springs 53. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we say goodnight from Van High School.